Hi, everybody. It's Kristen coming into you from BookExpo America, and today I am joined by the lovely Helen Fielding. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
It's a pleasure.
Now, before we get into the heavier literary pieces, I do want to say that you have fabulous shoes on today, and I felt that this is something that needs to be celebrated.
Oh, I'm so pleased because they're brand new. Thank you so much. Oh. I like your shoes too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now, are they breaking in nicely?
Actually, they're really comfy for a little heel like that. You know, they're really good. They're a very literary shoe, I feel, in ways I can't quite encapsulate.
They have, it's a chic classiness. It's classy chic.
What it is? Yeah.
I think anything with ever you have that sort of two-tone beige look going on, it just brings out a nice piece of classy.
But just with an edge of sluttiness.
Yes.
Like my writing.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But let's launch into that, or rather,
it's a good thing.
No, but let's launch right into that.
I'm talking of sluttiness.
Yeah. Yes. There is nothing wrong with a little bit of debauchery this early in the morning.
No. Well, perhaps not in the ballroom.
No.
But no, there's nothing wrong with it.
Now, with your upcoming...
Many people at this moment, more fortunate than ourselves, are probably still in bed and indulging in those things.
And for them, we are going to hold the trumpet and make sure that they understand that we are here, we'll be loud and proud, and make sure that they wake up eventually. Yeah. Now, I am very excited to say that it is wonderful to have Bridget Jones come back with About the Boy. And I wanted to know, tell me about what was it like to get back into Bridget Jones's world and to start writing for her again?
Well, honestly, it was a surprise because I was surprised by the initial success of the books. It started as a very unselfconscious private thing, a column in a newspaper. And after the first two books and the movies, I sort of lost my voice. I got all self-conscious. I didn't want to just churn out another one. I really care about Bridget, really care about her as a character and about her integrity. And then suddenly, a bit more than a year ago, just quite organically, I had a story again, and I had things I wanted to say. I'd been living in America, I was back in London, I'd been back for a couple of years. I was finding things funny and sort of writing things in my diary, and then the diary started turning into, not that Bridget is me, of course, we're quite separate creatures, but it started turning into a book, and I've done quite a lot of work in movies over the years, so it has quite a tight structure, but similar in lots of ways in that it's sort of, at its heart, there's integrity, there's truth and things that sometimes are a bit painful, and that's where the comedy comes from. She is older, so in the same way as I was looking at the problems of being a single 30-something, now I'm looking at being older, being the person that used to be branded middle-aged, but they're not really like you're branded. And motherhood, where Bridget was always trying to be a better kind of girl or sex goddess or something, and thinner and eat less. Bridget's now basically trying not to lose the children by checking her Twitter followers while they're up a tree, that kind of thing. So I think motherhood is a very rich theme for comedy, certainly in Bridget's life. The cooking and the fires and all that sort of thing, not a good combination with children. But she does keep the children alive throughout the book, I can reveal.
And that's fantastic, especially because...
I know for them.
Yeah.
I know, really.
Thank goodness.
It would have spoiled the comedy, really, I think.
And it's interesting that you mentioned Twitter. So how has technology evolved within these books? Because when you had started writing it was a very different scene.
I mean, there was messaging in the office. When, the first Bridget movie, there was the messaging. That was it. And now there's everything. And life is I live my life through texting, practically, just all the time. I love it. Emails we didn't have. And, that whole thing of mass copying everyone with the email that you didn't mean to send. Twitter I did for a bit, really, just to see what it was like. I had to stop. It was so addictive. And I also found alarmingly that the less I tweeted, the more followers I got. So when I tweeted, they all started going away. So it made me very neurotic. But I do think Twitter's interesting. I think it's like going back to Robin Hood. And the band, everyone has their bands of followers with different moods. Like some of them are all slagging each other off, and others are all lovely, lovely, loving each other. And then, you know, internet dating, I think the balance has tipped now. So it used to be a sort of embarrassing thing to do, and now I think 20-somethings meet more online than not, probably. So there are lots of areas like that were very good fun for me to write about.
Fantastic. Now, are there any current authors that you're enjoying right now that you really love what they're doing?
Well, my favourite author is Alan Bennett, who lives near me in London, and he's just the detail of the way he writes. He comes from the same place as me in the north of England. Just a very delicate capturing of the way people talk and slight detail of what's funny. I think he's my favourite.
Awesome. And where do you enjoy reading?
You mean where am I when I'm enjoying it?
Yes.
Yeah. On holiday, best of all, because that's when I've got time.
Nice.
You know. Yeah.
I wanted to really thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, and have a wonderful time at BookExpo.
Okay. All right, I will. Thank you.